I do that? Come along, it's time for supper.
In a minute, would you please sing me that rainbow song?
Now?
I do love it. Please, Justine.
If you promise to come along home.
Of course.
Very well then.
Hi, my name is Jehan Aloysius, and you're watching Curtain Call on Hi TV.
You see the world through sounds and words. You hear the flowing spring and birds. In the visions that you find, with your eyes though you are blind, there's a painting of rainbows in your mind.
So, Center Stage Productions is celebrating 22 years of original theatre with Center Stage musicals. It's a celebration of original musical theatre that has been written over the last 2 decades, and we've got a fantastic cast. We've got Dinushka Jayavikrama, Sean Amarasekara, Dion Nanyakara, Banu Prabhasha, as well as excellent dancers such as Sajad Shabdeen and Roshni Dibond and Upeka Daniel. We've got a fantastic ensemble as well of newcomers, as well as old faces who are making cameo roles and appearances in the show. We hope to present this performance for you on the 14th of July at the Lionel Wendt Theatre. And we trust it'll be a great show because we've been working very hard. So do come and enjoy the performance.
I see the world through eyes alone. I see the bark, I see the stone. I am blind though I have eyes, for I'm young and I'm not wise to the visions beyond the seas and skies.
What is unique about this performance is that there will be 2 new musicals that will be previewed. These are musicals that have been previewed to private audiences in the past, but our general audiences and our theatre lovers will get to have a taste of these 2 new musicals, Serendipity and Frankenstein. These have been in the works for many years, some of them for almost a decade or even 2, but we are very, very happy that we are presenting a substantial amount from each musical on the 14th of July.
Spin that globe and find a place, then just leave without a trace, far away from all this mess. Find a place that has no stress.
We have some fantastic singers and soloists, as I mentioned before, and especially Bola, that is Dinushka Jayavikrama. She is singing a series of solos and really expanding her range. I think I've never seen her performing such a variety of roles in a show before.
And they say, but they still not been paid.
Hi, I'm Sean, and I've always liked working with Jehan. I mean, from the first time I saw him on stage, I knew I wanted to work with him. And I got to work with him on stage, and then the first time he said, come and join me for one of my shows, I was, without any hesitation, I wanted to join because I have so much respect for him as a performer and him as a producer of original work. And over the last, 5-10 years, I've been in quite a few of his his workshopping, getting his things ready for the stage, and finally we're able to show it to the public. I think it's been a long birthing process, but I think it's definitely going to be worth seeing. So I'm really happy to be finally getting back to the Wendt after a long time. I think all of us are, and I think it's definitely a show that's worthy of the stage. So we're looking forward to putting it on for you.
When I was a boy, the world was a mystery, with the infinite lands and infinite history, with islands of demons who ate even humans, and jungles that shook with the footsteps of dragons. But now I am grown, with a ship of my own. I sail all the seas to know more that is known of that infinite power. I'm here to discover that forces a compass to turn. to the north. Compass to turn.
I remember coming for one of the first Center Stage festivals when it was the first preview of RAG, and it was really a revelation to see things coming together and how it evolved. And I think this process too has been an evolution. I think the first time we did it in our rehearsal space, I think I played all the characters because I think I played like in one play I was like changing costumes. And I love doing that. That's something I love doing. I love changing. And Jehan has given me a canvas to do that, so I can be as extreme or as, because he writes such vibrant characters. So this has been an interesting process of seeing how it's evolved with different actors and actresses coming into the role. And now it's sort of taken a life of its own. So Jehan doesn't sort of spoon feed you. He gives you a little bit of an idea what he's got in his head. And he expects you to take it and make it your own. So that's always been great. It's not just what's on the page. You need to bring so much of yourself into it. So that's always a fun thing. So, and there's so many new actors who are coming and joining this. And I think I've done some of these pieces with other people, but it's always fresh, it's always new, it's always exciting. And you've been to Jehan shows, so you know what to expect, but you might not expect what we got. Some really interesting pieces of theatre. Definitely we've done some, there's some great surprises, so you really want to make sure you don't miss this one. This is a Center Stage festival that's, I think definitely encapsulates everything that Jehan's work has come to represent over the years, so yes.
Look, it's for you. A father's heart is with his son, and though apart, they're always one. The father knows the pain and joy. After all, he was a boy. I know at times you will be weak, with thoughts and crimes you cannot speak. But you must know I'll stand by you and understand the things you do.
Hi, my name is Dinushka Jayavikrama, better known as Bola. This is the first time I'll be participating in one of Jehan's productions with Center Stage. I haven't acted in any original productions before, any original musicals before, so this has indeed been a new experience for me, and I thank Jehan for kind of pushing me to do so many diverse roles, for taking me out of my comfort zone. And I am really looking forward to this performance and sharing the stage with so many brilliant singers, actors, dancers, and I am indeed really looking forward to this.
To see beyond the face, transcending caste and race, to see the good of all, beyond the seeing wall, the colored and the odd are children of the Lord, the blind alone can see, love in sincerity.
So rehearsals for this particular production have indeed been really easy and easygoing, I would say, because Jehan has been really nice to work with, and he has been very accommodative of all of our schedules and very respectful of everything else that we have been engaging in as well. But whenever we do have rehearsals, it has been very well organized, very intense rehearsals, I would say, so that everyone gives their fullest during, say, the 2 hours that we are at the rehearsal space. And it has been really nice to be working with so many veterans in the field, as well as so many newcomers. So I thank Jehan again for giving me this opportunity to work with such a great team.
These visions we must find, and we'll see though we are blind. There's a painting of rainbows in our minds.
Hi, my name is Dion Nanakara, and I'll be a part of Center Stage musicals as well. I have been given the opportunity to play 3 characters. So I'll be reprising the role of Joseph from Rag the Musical, which is where I made my debut on stage. That was I think 6 years ago. And that was with Jehan as well, obviously. And I'll be playing a new character this time called Jason in the play Serendipity alongside Banu Prabhasha, who will be playing Lakshan.
Like serenity, it's all serendipity.
It's been an interesting process with Serendipity because the first time I was exposed to the character Jason was, I think, 4 years ago or so, when Jehan did a preview to a small audience here. And then what's great is the story has evolved so much since then, and you know, the character I'm playing now is significantly different to the one that I was playing back then. So yeah, interesting times, and this will be the first time showcasing that character to the rest of the world as well, so pretty excited.
Now it's time to disappear. Just be bold and have no fear. Paradise invades me here. Time ahead where skies are clear.
We also have 2 shows that have been staged before, Venus United and Reg, which we will be presenting smaller sections of because audiences have had a taste of it and have seen the bigger production as well. Venus United was extremely successful in March this year when it had its world premiere.
I need a man. I need a man. I need a man with a plan who will do what he can to make me feel something real from my head to my heel. I need a man who'll be my #1 fan. I need a man. I need a man.
And we're looking forward to the journey of that show. We do have a solo version of that show as well coming up. But we will be presenting some of the more meaningful songs from that musical at the event on the 14th of July.
He'll hold me, grow old with me, but he'll never, ever scold me. He'll mold me, be bold with me, but he'll never, ever control.
I think the journey of Center Stage Productions over the last 22 years is less me or Jehan Aloysius, but a collective of young minds, a collective of extremely talented volunteers. We are an amateur theatre troupe. We do everything for the love of it. We also learn and we help each other. We are more or less like a family, and there are always new people coming in, and then people move off and they have their children and they fly off and they always come back. But what's beautiful about it is that everyone is joined together for the love of theatre and the love of creating something original, something that has never been seen before, something that people from around the world will have to come here or to take our show overseas to see, or maybe even license it later on.
A man with a plan who will do what he can to make me feel something real from my head to my heel. I need a man who'll be my #1 fan. I need a man. I need a man. A real with bonds of steel.
Center Stage Productions is less about Jehan Aloysius and more about a collective of extremely talented people, performers as well as people behind the scenes. We have had the same seamstress for almost 30 years, Hilma Salahuddin, who has created and stitched these beautiful costumes which will be showcased on the 14th of July. And we have Malit Ramanayaka, who's created our graphics and worked on all our marketing communications. They're all doing this, you know, for the love of theatre and the love of creating something original. It takes a village to create a show, you know, and we sometimes get the applause at the end of the day, but all these backstage people really also put in their 100%, and I believe they deserve just as much praise and applause. My mother has been really supportive, Carol. She sometimes markets shows on the Aunties Network, and I think all the parents of all the actors, whether they're in their 20s or 30s or 40s, 20s, you know, all of these parents and siblings and now husbands and even children are so supportive in allowing, the performers to be part of a production. And we are also thankful to people like you, the audience who comes to see our shows, and even Hi TV for promoting our work, because Hi TV and Curtain Call have been part of our journey as well in the recent past. And we are really, really happy to, have that kind of support as a theatre troupe that is creating new works and doesn't always have the resources or the sponsorship to create great works, but we are on the journey to creating bigger and better works each day.
I'm not your sweetheart. I'm not your honey bear. I'm not your darling dear. I am me. I am me. I am me. You know I have a name. You think I have no shame, but you don't know who I am. But now I'll show.
For everyone watching, just do come and check the show out. It's a one-day only performance, and you really shouldn't miss out, because this is, well, 2 new musicals that you will get to see in full-blown, in its full form in a few years, but this will be your first taste to them. And if any of you loved Venus back in March, and if any of you liked Drag back when we did it in 2017 and 2012, come and check it out, because we've got bits of those for you as well.
Lose all your inhibitions and make an exhibition of your figure. Attractive, yes. There are no prohibitions to make your new ambitions even bigger. Seductive, yes. Do you like what you see? From my face to my knee, it doesn't really matter anymore, 'cause it's just you and me.
Father knows that wisdom grows. You leave to walk through open doors. Your father knows your life is yours, and he'll pray for you, because a father's heart is with his son, and though apart, they're always one. A father knows the pain and joy. After all, he was a boy.
So the music for this performance is performed and arranged by several brilliant musicians, Maestro Eshanta Pires and Avanti Pereira, who is my dear friend and muse. They have performed and arranged the music for Frankenstein, Rag, and Venus United. I also did a little bit of, I'm not a musician, but I've also performed a little bit of music for this performance, and let's see whether it matches up to their excellence and their skills. But I'm always humbled to have people like that involved in my work, and they are dear friends, but they are so talented.
As you journey through your life, your path will lead you to a wife. And then I hope someday you too will feel the joy that fathers do. For from the day that you were born, all through your life and to this morn, your heart and mine have been as one. A father's heart is with his son. His son.
If you haven't got your tickets yet, I suggest you WhatsApp the number that has been on all of the social media posts and try and get your tickets as soon as possible. I think they're selling out quite fast, because trust me, you don't want to miss this show, because it is a very special show which is showcasing 4 of Jehan's original musicals, and especially it is previewing 2 of his new musicals. So therefore I think this is a show you definitely don't want to miss.
That serenity, it's all serendipity.
There's also a little moment I've got in the show Frankenstein, which I adore, and hopefully you guys will get to come and see it. But I mean, the wonderful thing about all of this is I also get to be back on stage as part of a musical process. I think since I think Rag, I've played a bunch of other characters in between, but yeah, so I'm very grateful to Jehan for putting us back on, and to be able to sing and act alongside all these great actors like Sean, Bola, Banu, and everyone else in our ensemble, and even Jehan himself, to be able to share the stage with him again it's pretty great, honestly.
And it's a one day, it's one night only. There's no repeats. Don't wait for word of mouth. It's on its verge of selling out. So I don't know the standing room, but there's definitely tickets scattered here and there. The prime seats have gone, but there's a few good ones. So don't miss out. Do you want to say, oh, did I miss this one? Because it's not coming again. And theatre is just coming back, and we're very grateful for Original Theatre for reviving. You know, the last couple of years have been a downer, but I think it's coming back with force, and we thank everyone in this country who makes original theatre. I think that's the way forward. So yeah, support original theatre.
You see the world through sounds and words. You hear the flowing spring and birds. In the visions that you find, with your eyes though you are blind, there's a painting of rainbows in your mind.